Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I was having a little bit of an issue there with our sound. We do have it figured out, though. Do have it going live. Sorry we weren't able to get to the grid, but we do see Joshua Game and Nick Cannon on that front line. We've got Michael Zuver, Josh Susi behind him. Josh Susi was your last week race winner. Green, green, green. Whoa, it looks like Nick Cannon got a little loose on that top lane, but it's going to get started off here. The bottom lane didn't get off to a good start. It looks like, but it looks like we've already got people jumping to the pits possibly. William Brown, Dean Clavitt, I saw he was a new driver. I see he's jumped to the pits already, but first lap going in, we see Nick Cannon getting off to a good jump. See Joshua Gaiman on that inside. See Joshua Gaiman on that inside lane. Michael Zuver looking to that middle lane. That 29 of Jeremy Zarfos riding that middle lane. The 76, whoa, big run there for the 76 of Charles Garrick on that bottom lane. You see he's going to run all the way down there to that white line. 3 wide going into turn 1. Woo, 76 having to get off of it just a little bit. This is opening up the door there for that 12 of Jimmy Barr. Seeing Josh Gaiman, though, working that outside lane, that 76 of Charles Garrick working the inside. It looks like he's going to be able to make that pass there going out of turn 4, but we're going to go back up here on board with that 7, that 81, that 29 of Jeremy Zarfos, all sitting in that first, second, and third, just kind of single filed out right now. We see Michael Zuver. It looks like Jeremy Zarfos setting the fastest lap of the session there. I see George Wood also coming down pit lane. So that 68. Gonna go ahead and pull it down pit lane. Kind of single file back is everybody. It looks like back here to that 32 and the 3 of Chris Lynn. Lucas Nilges, you're seeing that's the closest battle for position right now. See George Wood coming out of pit lane right now as well. Whoa, 3 wide. Whoa, the 32 of Chris Lynn getting a little loose up there. We're going to go back up here, just check and see. That's the bad thing about not being in the actual tower. Can't really see where the cars are going battling up front. So we have to shuffle back and forth. But right now it looks like going into turn 2, everybody kind of gets settled out. Like they spread out of the track and then they all fan back in. See the 8 there. Kept easily under attack from that 33 of Joshua Gaiman. Actually, Joshua Gaiman under attack from that 8. Whoa, Joshua Gaiman a little loose sideways. He's up into the wall. That 33 sideways. Oh, he looks like he took out Dakota Coon, that 95. I see a couple other drivers spinning around. Well, actually, a lot of drivers spinning around. Looks like the 53 of Bill Hells was collected up in that. Excuse me. Is that the 98 of Shane Weldon? It is the 98 of Shane Weldon and collected up in that. We'll see if we can figure out what happened. A couple of drivers going around here early on. We did see that 33 getting a little loose going into the corner, so we'll see if we can. Oh, didn't mean to do that. As we see going into the corner, the 33 is just riding that middle lane. And he gets loose, starts to get loose. You can see him already getting sideways. Sideways snap. Let's see, the 3 of Lucas Nilges looks like he gets by the 32. Oh, the 35, excuse me, the 95. Dakota Coon, you see taking a shot there. 69 of Matthew Fitz just having to take a little bit of a detour to try to get around, but it doesn't look like it's going to work out for him. The 22 of Andrew May also going to be involved in that. See the 98 of Shane Weldon slamming into the wall. Looks like Bill Hells might have got away with it. Might have just had to slow down. We'll see if we can. Yeah, it looks like he just got on the gas and had to slow it down. See, it looks like the 91 there of Brody Green just having to get on the brakes. That's what's going to get him sideways. But up in front of him, like we said, you see the 69 of Andrew, the 69 of Matthew Fitz having a fit whenever he's trying to get around that wreck. Oh, just car snapped out from under him. And the 22 Andrew May, same thing. 90 Andy Shane Weldon. That's just all trying to avoid it, and the car's just not wanting to stay underneath you, and then they start snapping, and then the next thing you know, you're going around. It looks like the 31 there, Kevin Gibney, also went around. Might have just been one of those drivers that had that same thing happen, just trying to keep it underneath them in that wreck and just wasn't able to.
As I have seemed to get all of my situations settled here. Trading Paint's not wanting to update. Or not Trading Paints, excuse me, iRacing Live Timing not wanting to update, but I have finally joined the booth here in Virtual Michigan. Do apologize about my technical difficulties here. We have gotten a lot of instruments in the last couple days, and we have been messing with sound settings and all this, so everything has gone everywhere with Chris. I have lost everything in my control with iRacing here today, but hey, we're getting here to some racing, Chris. We had one caution already at lap 7. Nick Cannon, the outside pole sitter for the race. You got Josh Susie up 2 spots. We'll see these guys come back to some green flag racing here. At lap number 7 coming to lap 8, it will be Nick Cannon firing off here for restart number 1 here after caution number 1. But here at Michigan, you're going to see some really good racing tonight. I'm thinking it's going to be a really good field here tonight. As you see Jeremy Zarfos, Josh Susie already doing that fan out where one goes to the bottom, one goes to the top lane. They're going to go 3 wide down the back straightaway here already. As you'll see it, that 29 of Jeremy Zarfos to that inside lane. He's there, and he will go to the inside 3 wide
Making a
here.
run.
And he will get past that 7 of Nick
Cannon,
Cannon. He's going to get slid in front of that 29, and he's going to cross over that 7. We got 3 wide again, but all the way down close to the apron to that white line. The 7 Nick Cannon is going to go, but Josh Susie will lead lap number 8. New leader, Josh Susie. But we'll see that Jeremy Zarfos 29 machine, and then that's Michael Zuver. That golden black 96 you see back there. Followed by Kevin Click, Jimmy Barr, Charles Garrett, Ken Baum Jr., Kip Easley, Kyler McCarthy, all right there in a gaggle. As you'll see them whipping around. Charles Garrett shooting down to the bottom lane, that number 2 of, as we ride on that number 24 of Kyler McCarthy, as he drives it off here into turn 3 and 4. 175 miles an hour, Chris, when they're re-entering back on the gas into 3 and 4. These cars are fast here at Michigan. Michigan's always been a fast track, and it's not going to get any slower.
No, that is something that...
As driving off into turn 1 and 2, Chris, 201 mile an hour for Jimmy Barr, 203, 204. That's a fast race car.
Yeah, you know, that's a big difference here, you know, from corner exit to corner entry. You're having to get off the gas 25 miles an hour less, you know, when you get on the gas. It just goes to show you got to slow her down just a little bit. So it's not just, you know, foot on the gas like everybody likes to think. You have to get her slowed up here a little bit. But this is a fast racetrack. That's the thing about Michigan. There is a lot of lanes. You know, I like to think of it as this is going to be the closest thing we're going to have to Auto Club now. You know, that wide bank racing and you know, lane to lane. That's I like to think that's the closest thing that we have right now.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. We're losing a lot of those tracks, but Michigan still holds to its original foundation. A fun racetrack here, 4 or 5 lanes, depending on how you fit down in certain parts of the track, but a good 3-lane track here overall. Good 3-wide racing, you know. Rip Auto Club tracks like that, Chicagoland, you know, you're right, Chris. Michigan's one of those fast 2 miles that we can still have fun. Almost like a Talladega, but not. You know what I mean? It's like a Talladega on a 1.5 mile put together. It's a really good track.
Yeah, and it
really
puts together a lot of fun. Yeah, I was going to say, it puts together a lot
really
of fun racing.
Track.
As we're just kind of looking through the field here, I see not a lot of side-by-side racing. Everybody is just kind of trying to figure it out. I know I say it every week. You hear me say everybody trying to figure it out. Well, these first couple of laps, whoa, as we say that, it looks like Nick Cannon putting a pressure to that 81. The 81 might get a little loose. He's now getting attacked by the 29 and the 96. We'll have to see if there was anything going on there with that 81 of Josh Susie. Yeah, well, it looks like he's tightening up, riding up the track. Yeah, she's skating out from under him. Yeah, it just got really loose. But it's okay. Didn't hit the wall. Nothing, no contact, no harm, no foul. Just heated the tires up a little bit. But, you know, just get off of the gas a little bit earlier. Let her coast like we know Susie likes to do. And get it underneath you again. Not out of it. Oh, caution's out. Looks like the 14 is Steven Oberstadt. Yeah, it just gets out from under him.
Steven Oberstadt, going to get out from under him, going to get up on that apron. Those front tires are coming around, and thankfully not much more is going to happen out of it, but already for Steven Oberstadt, that's something you don't want here early.
I was riding on board with him. There you go. You see, not even really doing anything. The car just comes out from underneath him. It's kind of what you saw happen with Gaiman. Car just came out from under him.
I'm assuming that's what happened with our first caution then, Josh Gaiman?
Josh Gaiman got loose. Here at lap 15 of 120. We're already seeing a lot of fast racing, already a lot of lead changes between Nick Cannon and 81 of Josh Susie. This is going to give him an opportunity, though, to cool those tires off now, recollect himself, and make a pass for that lead. We saw he did get a little loose down there on that bottom lane, but he was able to corral it back up without getting into the wall. So like I said before, no harm, no foul, didn't really hurt the car. So just get it back underneath you and then pull it back up to the front. We know, like I said, that 81 has a strategy for pretty much every situation, I feel like. So I'm sure he's like, oh, I've already accounted for this. I've calculated what I got to do, and this is where I'm going. I just have a feeling that's how it is.
We know how Josh Susie is, Chris. We know a lot of these drivers can be at a track like Michigan, though. This is going to be one of those tracks, I think, tonight we're going to possibly see a few cautions here and there. I think they're going to get the yellows under control here in a few moments. But for this first little bit with the race and everybody getting around, getting settled in, we're going to see some early cautions here. But overall, I think we're going to see a really fun race. That's what brings these cautions at a track like Michigan. You're constantly racing people. You're constantly having fun. And you just get caught up sometimes. But other than that, Chris, I think we're going to get double wide here. We might go back to racing in just a moment. I want to say they're about to double file back up this lap, as they will. The iRacing pace light's going to turn off on that Ford Mustang, and it's going to be Nick Cannon who will bring this field back to green for, what, the second time tonight?
Mm-hmm.
It's our second caution restart of the night, third restart in total of the night, as I do count the initial start of the race under that. category right there. But what I was trying to get at here, Chris, is with the racing is, you know, Michigan is just one of those tracks, and we can't hit it off enough, man. I love racing here. I love racing here. Like NR 2003, it's fun. iRacing, it's fun. It doesn't matter what you're racing it on. This is just a great track, and it really it almost makes you feel like you can't do no wrong, because you'll pass 4 or 5 cars using the right lane, and then you'll catch everybody else doing the same thing, and then you get stuck, and then, you know, then you get aggressive, whatever it may be. But overall, this is a really fun track, and I know the Full Throttle Cup guys are having a great time out there tonight. And we got a lot of drivers up here there too. That's another thing that Michigan can do. It allows some of these cars to open up, get some of these setups going, as you see Dean Clavitt there. Clavitt, I don't know. Yeah, I saw the. I don't know why. I think I might be turning dyslexic there. I saw the A definitely before the L. It's a Calvit instead of Clavet. Is that Clavet? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That's a cool last name. Clavet. Clavet, Clavet. Oh my God, you just said yes to Clavet. We'll blame that one on Chris. Green, 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 Chris. Nick Cannon's firing back off.
Sorry. Did not mean to have the camera still stuck on that, but it looks like a good jump there for Nick Cannon. See Josh Susie trying to push that 29 into corner entry. It's going to open up the door. Whoa, as I see Zuber getting a little loose on that bottom lane. He's washing up a little bit. Oh, it's behind them. You see Jimmy Barr getting a little loose. Oh, caution's out again. Looks like Chris Lynn. Looks like the same. Oh, looks like washed up. Whoa. I like a weird bump there. Definitely see the 32 washing up the track though. And it looks like he gets into the 24 and the 24 just boops him off of him. Looks like maybe a little bit of net code there. Then you see the 11, Caitlin Height, splitting that gap. See if we can see. I want to say that's the 72. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like just they got up into the same spot in the 24. It looks like it just bumped them off of them. But coming down pit lane was Robbie Bice, Bill Hells, Matthew Fitz, Shane Weldon. Excuse me, they came down last caution. Down pit lane right now, Kyler McCarthy, Charles Garrett, Caitlin Height on her way out. George Wood also on his way out. See Charles Garrett actually in pit lane right now. Chris Lynn sitting in his pit box. Then Brody Green, one of those spinners in the first caution, on his way out of pit lane right now.
As Chris, you think Nick Cannon might get used to just firing off here tonight if we keep going at this pace?
Yeah. Got 100 laps left when we hit the stripe.
Are we going to go 100 laps under caution, though?
I think once these drivers figure out that bottom lane, that's the problem right now. You get really loose and then it tightens you up. You slide up into each other. That's what we're seeing a lot of. It doesn't look like it's anything, driver error, just putting your nose where it doesn't belong. Just looks like a lot of getting loose and having to chase the car up the track. That's what it looks like I'm seeing tonight.
It does seem like we do have a lot of drivers just not able to maintain. I mean, that's probably just rolling the car in too fast on the corner entry, Chris. It's very easy to do that here, and it's just going to get the rear end loose. You're driving it really hard in. You can't get the car to bite. The rear end's going to come around, and that's what's just going to happen. Slow it down about 5 miles an hour, a couple miles an hour, maybe back it up just a few feet on corner entry and lift, and it'll solve that problem. But you got to make it out of the wreck, and a lot of times here at a track like Michigan, it's very rare to make it out of the wreck unless you're towards the part of the pack that doesn't have a lot of people in it. And at a track like Michigan, that's even harder to be in unless you're just in the back hanging out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So definitely can be one of those tracks it's easy to wreck at. It's almost like if you haven't raced here and you raced at Chicagoland, when you go flying off into 1 and 2 and you lift and let the car coast all the way to the bottom and then you fire back on the gas. Similar style. So the rear end's going to come around if you just overdrive that corner a little bit, Chris. So that's going to bring out those cautions, especially with drivers trying to make up positions here early, like I was saying early, with as aggressive and as competitive as your car can be here in these packs. Drivers are trying to get everything they can take.
Yeah, give and have no take, or take and have no give. Green flag for that 7. Good jump there again. The 29 is Zarfos. Not a very good jump. The 96 is Zuber, though, getting off to a really good jump. The 81 of Susi has to figure out, weave his way through this traffic now. But behind him is Kevin Click. We know all season Kevin Click has pretty much been the bane of that 81, trying to stay all over his back bumper. So we'll see if that 25 has anything to say at these plate tracks.
I mean, Jeremy Zarfos here is looking good, Chris. Kevin Click's looking good. You got Jimmy Barr. All the Turn 2 Terribles guys seem to be having a decent setup here tonight. You got a couple of them that have had some unfortunate with Chris Lynn. Well, Chris Lynn was a part of that last caution, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's one of those things, Chris. The Turn 2 guys seem like they've showed up here late in the season to run. Just got to get a good run under him. Jeremy Zarfos, Kevin Click right now looking good for those two drivers. Kevin Click started this race 16th. He's been in 5th pretty much just hanging out. Ever since the green flag dropped, he's moved up a lot. So we'll see what these guys are going to be capable of here tonight in the Turn 2 camp. But overall, Chris, it looks like Nick Cannon. He looks very strong here tonight. We'll see if the rest of the Sparkle Unicorn, Prestige Worldwide, Sparkle Unicorn, sister teams can have similar success. But looks like Nick Cannon so far is going to be the guy setting the pace here. Jeremy Zarfos not too far off. He seems like he's starting to make that known that he's back there. He could be trying to set up a move here, but he's going to have to get it done if he's going to want to get it done here soon, because it seems like Josh Seuss is starting to breathe down that neck just a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like he's already got around that 96 is Zuber, so Zuber all over the back bumper of that 81. You see Jeremy Zarfos still put the pressure to that 7 of Nick Cannon. This is where it gets interesting. As I see, it looks like Chad Engel went off track. Oh, he's down into the pit wall.
Oh, he's in pit road, so he's not going to get the
Oh, that's
caution.
Unfortunate. Let's go back up here on board with your leaders. Whoa, did you see this 25 of Kevin Click? Michael Zuber almost making contact back there coming out of corner exit. Right now, it looks like Jaden Bingaman working that inside of Lucas Nelges, but whoa, the 81 you see having to get really out of the gas. Whoa, it's a little sideways as well.
Kevin Click to the inside here. Michael Zuber, Josh Susie. This party's battle.
Whoa, Susie's loose. Whoa.
Oh, he's getting turned.
No, he's okay. Just had to do a little pancake. That's fine. He got loose. You just saw that. Really had
I don't know,
nowhere to
man.
go.
Him and Zuber were tight there. Zuber might have came down a little bit on him.
As I'm looking for the. Ooh, yeah, he might have gave him a little bit of a bump. Caution's out. Looks like Caitlin Height, Brody Green. Sorry, I missed that underneath that. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It's just Brody Green came out of nowhere. And it looks like Charles Gurrick did not touch the 11. Looks like might have just got arrow loose. Oh, as I hit the wrong button there.
He does have front end damage.
No?
She's unsettling, I think.
No, he never made contact.
Unless there was net code, but I never saw it.
And you see back there, Brody Green.
Yeah. That's where she got that front end damage.
So the 11 of Caitlin Height down pit road to repair that damage from that 91 of Brody Green. Baseball sliding into the front of that 11. But we see Josh Susie on his way out of pit road with that 31 of Kevin Gibney, Kyler McCarthy, the 24. Zarfos, Jimmy Barr, and William Brown all out of pit lane right now. But we see Nick Cannon decided to stay out. Looks like Michael Zuber also decided to stay out. Kevin Click, Kip Easley, Ken Baum, Jane Bingaman, Lucas Nilge's all down pit lane. Dean Clavitt did come down pit lane early on. David Smill, Tyler Rush all elected to stay out as well. Even Steven Overstat. The only drivers not coming down pit lane are them. But it looks like the pace lights are out.
Did you hear me start talking, or did my mic mute?
I think your mic muted.
I meant to say, it seems like at this pace, everyone is going to keep their tires under them.
I mean, you are correct.
We keep going. Race for 3 laps, caution. Race for 7 laps, caution. As once again, Nick Cannon will be the guy that brings us back to the green flag in just a moment. As they come out of turn 2, we sort of got to go down the back straightaway. But Nick Cannon, once again, going to try to fire off here and maintain this lead. He's done a good job here on all these restarts so far. Overall, pretty much our top 10 has done a really good job here, just overall restarting in general. But we'll have to see here if these guys can keep it clean. Now we're getting to the point where you're starting to understand the race car. You're starting to get into the idea, the flow of the race, how it's going to go. So we should start seeing some of this cleanup. But like we said, it is Michigan. It's a lot of fun racing out there. So if it is some cautions, well, who cares? They're just out there having fun racing. And we're going to see, like I said, some competitiveness here soon as the 7 of Nick Cannon and the 96 of Michael Zuver, who was just involved with that accident with Josh Susi, as we couldn't find the wreck incident for it, or excuse me, the incident report. But we will get back to green flag racing as the flag is waving and Nick Cannon is racing as he is going to go back over the stripe here to take lap 30. Nick Cannon fires off here on that third restart of the night. Fourth restart, caution restart, I'm not sure, as he flies off down into turn 1 and 2. Too wide behind him, though, between Kevin Click and Michael Zuger. And then behind him, Kip Easley, Ken Baum Jr., Jaden Mingman, Lucas Nilges. The name that I've already forgotten how to say, Chris, because... Clavitt? Clavitt. Like a clavicle, but just Clavitt, yeah. Dean Clavitt, okay. I'll remember it now.
As we're seeing a lot of drivers cycle around right now. We see the 28 of Robbie Rice running that 7-11 28 scheme. Do like the way that looks. Got Charles Gurrick,
No shoes, no shirt, no service.
Has fallen back here to that 11th position. Kyler McCarthy also not having any luck here tonight. Falling back to that 16th position. See Jimmy Bars falling back. Whoa, as it looks like the 31 there getting a little hot into the corner. Looks like that 11 was able to get the car back out on the track, though. But we're going to go back up here in the lead. 3 wide, and when we come back,
they're beating and banging. You would think it's the end of the race right here.
Yeah. 96 is going to go all the way up there to that 26's door panel and said, hey, man, better watch it.
'26 Jaden Bingham's running really good here tonight.
Yeah, it looks like that 26 does have that middle to top lane figured out up there. Where we've seen him pretty much ride all night tonight.
Oh, my goodness. Woo. Oh, my goodness. I thought he was about to get hooked.
As we're seeing right now from, as it looks like Tyler Rush might have had a little bit of an issue, but it looks like he's got it underneath him.
Might have got loose.
Yeah, as I saw where it said he went off track. Also see Brody Green having another incident.
You have the second person that's wrecked in the pit road today?
That is the second person that is wrecked in the pit road today.
Just can't write these things.
Well, it's that turn 4 corner. I'm telling you, turn 3, turn 4 is so much different than turns 1 and 2. Like, it might look the same, but it doesn't feel the same on the track.
That wall comes creeping up on you out of turn 4 very hard.
Real quick. As you're seeing the 26 Jaden Bingham all over the back bumper there of the 7. Nick Cannon has got a lot of pressure in that rear view. They're starting to put a little bit of a gap between him and Zuver. And you see Kevin Click falling back to that 4th spot. Was in that 3rd position, I believe, on the restart. Now falling back to that 4th spot. See Ken Baum, who is quietly just been hanging out here in that 5th position. I've seen that 2 machine in this this top 5 on the restart. So like I said, just quietly hanging out here in the top 5. We see the 8 of Kip Easley right behind him. Lucas Nilge's up 2 positions from his original starting spot. And we see the first time race for Dean Clavitt in that Nitro 56. Behind him, David Smill in that 27 machine, down 2 positions from his starting position. And then you see that 76 of Charles Garrett in that 10th spot, rounding out the top 10. We'll go back up here on board with your leaders. Looks like Jaden Bingaman might be overheating the car up, Josh. Looks like it's starting to fall out from under him. As we go back here, we see it looks like Ken Baum might be putting that 25 of Kevin Click under attack.
He is indeed putting Kevin Click under attack. Behind him is Kits Easley, Chris, and that 3 of Lucas Nilges, who have been also just hanging out in this, 6th and 7th position right here. They are also looking for a little bit of a run here. And behind them is Dean Clavitt, who has been running in that top 10 here ever since the earlier runnings. He's moved his way up through the field, started in 23rd position, now up into 8th. 56 Chevy, looking good here in his first running tonight, Chris, in the Full Throttle Cup Series. Is this his first running? I must say, the name never sounded familiar to me. I was like, I'm not mistaking this for a driver that's coming back, right?
Yeah, I want to say he actually joined the Discord either today or yesterday. I can't remember when. I'll look at my phone so many times, I can't remember if it was today or yesterday.
Who knows? I'm surprised you even know that information. But we're going to keep going as...
Well, he was saying in the Discord that he needed to be accepted into the league, so...
Kevin Click, big loose.
Yeah, but look at this, Josh. Jaden Bingaman maybe finding something out in that car. That 7 having a little bit of issue. Now that 26 has caught the 7.
Riding on board here with Jaden Bingaman, the Nitro 26 machine, target 26 position. He is in his 2nd place here right now, your biggest mover in the field.
Looks like Dakota Kuhn jumped to pits.
Jaden Bingaman going to tag the wall a little bit there. Dakota Kuhn also manually disconnected.
Unfortunate there for that 95 machine. Was involved in that wreck early on. We're seeing everybody just kind of settle out now. Nobody's really pushing the issue.
And now Zuver looks like the car that's got speed. That run's going to stall out in the middle of 3. It's going to allow Bingaman to come back on the inside here, maybe into 1 and 2 if he gets a big run off 4. Somebody who's been unlucky here tonight, Josh Susi, got caught up with that 96 of Michael Zuver earlier. We didn't get a replay incident, so not sure what all exactly happened. Oh, we got Tyler Rush, another driver into pit road, Chris. Put us up when people in wrecking in the pit road tonight.
No, I don't know if turn 4 is just everybody's kryptonite. Whoa, is the 96 of Zuver loose?
Jaden is going for a big crossover here in the 1 and 2.
Right now, Ken Baum sitting in that 5th spot. Like I said earlier, hasn't really moved. Well, it looks like Brody Green.
What the? I'm not laughing at these guys wrecking in the pit road, but that's our 4th wreck in the pit road tonight, and I think Brody Green's 2nd.
Yeah, I think it is his 2nd.
He's going for a record, dude.
Does he go for a hat trick?
Heck, we've already had 4 people in total wrecking the pit road. He's 2 of them.
Yeah, you see in here the 3 battling the 2. Whoa! Looks like the 25 might have got a little loose. This is going to stack up the two of Ken Baum. It's going to allow the three of Lucas Nilsey to just drive on by that 25.
Ken Baum playing nice with his teammate there. Going to follow him, going to push him. Clavitt going to fall back in line there in that 7th position. Going to move to the inside. Whoa-wee! The two-time back-to-back champion getting tight there with the newcomer.
Whoa!
And he's going to get loose. Is he going into pit road? No, he's going to bring out the caution. So we should see everybody possibly come down pit road here at lap 45. That's going to be Dean Clevitt, the 56, in his first start. Going to bring out his first caution, and over the radio, that's on me. I'm sorry. Clearly, that's not what he wanted there, and hey, it's all right. Happens to the best of us. First start, first caution, it happens. But he was going for it there, Chris, on the inside of Ken Baum. You see, gets down there, but that inside lane, just, you got to turn super hard. You got to be up just half a lane late in this run here at a track like Michigan to really get those hard inside passes. So, not saying he couldn't have made it stick, just wasn't able to make it stick. That stinks for that 56 who's been on a good run here so far, and I think that might put him back.
Oh, you see that snap?
Whenever the caution came out, he should, wherever he was at, he should keep his position there, right?
I do believe. Yeah, you're going to see the 7 and Nick Cannon come down pit lane. I know that.
Race on pit road. Is Nick Cannon going to get into his pit stall now? Michael Zuver into his number 2 pit stall. You'll see Susie rolling into pit stall number 3, and he's actually going to miss it. Or pit stall number 4, excuse me. Jimmy Barr. Did he take right sides only? Good pit stop.
Yeah, Josh, let's see if those two tires actually work, though. Because this is going to be a gamble for them. Because it looks like Andrew May, Jeremy Zarfos, Jimmy Barr, those 3 drivers elected to take right sides only.
Yeah, a lot of right side takers here, Chris. I mean, that is where you are going to eat up the car here on that right side. And with all the cautions, the left side tires maybe not as beaten up. That may be why we got those right side onlys. And who knows, Chris? It could be the move here later in this run. We'll see, though. Lap 47, lap 120. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to try. We still got plenty of time here. That if we get a couple cautions, we can definitely we can definitely see some mix-ups still happen. And you can definitely take your chances here this early into the run.
Yeah, Josh Susie having to battle his way back up the field, currently sitting in that 18th spot. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that 81 and see if he can battle back and make up any track position. But right now, that 12 of Jimmy Barr is gonna be, for the first time, the new starter. Nick Cannon has been electing to pick whenever he goes. So we'll have to go off the front of that 12 now. See if those right side onlys work.
Yeah, Jimmy Barr took the risk, Chris, and now he's going to have to try to get the reward for it. It's not going to be easy, but the 12 Turn 2 Terribles machine has shown that his teammates can have some really good fast race cars out there tonight. Now he's going to attempt to have that fast race car. You see Jaden Bingaman, who started in that 26th position, who worked his way up all the way as close to second right there to that first position. He has went into second place, his highest. He's now sitting on that outside lane in that fourth spot, and he's got that turn two terrible driver of Jeremy Zarfos to his inside lane in that third place position. Then Kevin Click, Michael Zuber, Ken Baum Jr., and Lucas Nilges. It's a pretty stacked field right there in the front, Chris, and it's going to get green as Jimmy Barr is going to fire off pretty good. It looks like Nick Cannon a little loose there, but remember, Nick Cannon does have 4 tires. He might be able to hunker it down a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm seeing Ryan Sword saying right sides only is a bold call this early in the race, so we'll see if it works.
Like there's a lot of blue and purple in the front right now.
There is a lot of blue and purple in the front right now. And a lot of colors that are based off of those 2 colors. Whoa! As we're seeing Jaden Bingham.
Oh, somebody's in the wall. Matthew Fitz is in the wall. Matthew Fitz wrecked big time coming out of turn 4.
Oh, yeah, that right side is cooked. They don't have a marker, so I'm going to have to see if I can rewind it just really quick, or we'll never see what happened.
He was 3 wide in the middle there between Gurrick and that 27 of David Smill Jr. And he's going to get wobbly right there. It looks like Gurrick helped him.
Oh, that car just snapped out from under him. So I have to see if we can go back here in a little bit and see what happened with it. We'll wait for the race to kind of settle out. If it settles out. Whoa, is the 26 going around?
Jaden Bingham, and there goes Lucas Nilges, and oh my goodness, how there was somebody else collected. Who was that?
The 32 of Chris Lynn. It looks like massive front end damage to that 32 as well. Oh, yeah.
32's beaten up, man.
Yeah, that car is toasted. So go back real quick just to see if we can see what happened here.
It looked like I think this is the Matthew Fitz wreck, Chris.
It is. I'm just checking to see.
Oh wait, that's the wreck that tap.
Yeah, it looks like Gurrick did drive up into the quarter panel, but the 69 could have been a little loose coming down into it. Not really sure, but you see right there the snap. Oh, big drive into the wall. That was a hard hit. We saw the 26 of Jaden Bingham, though, going around, so we're going to back it up here a little bit. See if we can see what happened with that 26. See, oh, he's just loose right there. Yeah, he's loose, and as Zuver, you don't want to get out of the gas. As you see there, Jaden Bingham and slamming up into the wall, pancaking it. See Lucas Nilges spinning down into the grass. Oh, he actually gets helped by the 26. Oh, and oh my goodness. I did not know that. The 3 just destroyed the rear end of his car. Into the barrels. Oh my gosh. And then we saw Chris Lynn also getting, no, it looks like he washed up the track. You see him trying to avoid it, and the car just snapped out from under him. Big hit there. Oh. Yeah, but we saw Lucas Nilge's getting into the barrels there, so his night might be over. We saw Chris Lynn did have a
Big damage.
Big damage on the front of his car as well.
Did Robbie just said we're off next week? We have an off week next week? I didn't know that. Oh yeah, they're running the Mexico road course in real life.
I'm not really sure. I want to say I remembered an off day coming up here soon. Off week again.
Running,
I knew there was.
They're running Mexico City next week.
Oh, green flag is out. Nick Cannon.
Or this Sunday, I mean.
Off to a good jump. Jimmy Barr still on those older tires. Left side tires, excuse me. So we'll have to see how this fares out for him. The 25, though, Kevin Click, his teammate getting off to a good jump. He's going to move to the inside of that 12. The 12 going to just go ahead, go up to the top of the track. Let his teammate go by. It looks like, whoa, who was that? The 29 of Jeremy Zarfos might have got into the wall there a little bit.
We're on board here with Kip Easley. You see him fighting that Michael Zuber machine.
Yes, it looks like the bottom lane is really loosening up these cars. I've noticed that a lot of the drivers have stopped electing to go down there to that bottom, and they're starting to ride the middle to top. I don't know. I say that Kevin Click, he was pushing it down there.
Jaden Bingaman, unfortunately, he went around earlier. He was running all the way up in as high as second place. Did get some damage with that accident, and unfortunate for him, his night is not over. But the race car pretty much probably feels like it to that 26 machine.
Whoa, big push from the 24 to the 56 going into turn 3. Try to back up on board here. Ken
He's
Baum,
battling here with second place.
I was going to say, it looks like he's up there battling with his teammate of the 25 of Kevin Click. So we'll see if he has anything to say and if he can get around him. We know he's a two-time champion for a reason. But also see Kip Easley trying to put that 96 and that 12 of Jimmy Barr under attack. Work his way up into that top 5. Right now, Nick Cannon has got about a half-second gap between him and Kevin Click. You see Kevin Click got about a 3/10 second gap between himself and that Ken Baum machine. Jimmy Barr has fallen back just a little bit. You see Michael Zuber still battling with that 12 all over the back bumper there. Kip easily lost a little bit of time.
Caution.
What was it? Looks like Tyler Rush around.
Tires off, everything looks normal. Just on corner exit, just snaps around on him. Did he hit the inside wall? Safe. The only thing that hurts with that one for Tyler Rush is your ego and your tires.
Yeah, moreover your ego though. That really hurts you in the stomach.
Yeah. Just spinning by yourself too, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it looks like Lucas Nilge's out. Does look like they walked out in the grass and grabbed the rear bumper and taped it back on there. Josh Lucy down pit lane, Steven Oberstadt, Kevin Gibney, Jaden Bingham, Kyler McCarthy, Bill Hells, Shane Weldon, Tyler Rush, all down pit lane.
You got to get as much damage fixed as you can on that 26 machine, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's something I would want to do, especially if there's a little bit of damage to the quarter panel. Get up into the wall a couple of times that we haven't seen. Get that damage fixed. That's something you would want to do.
Do we have like a crank it up cam for the machine?
I'm not really sure. Let me see. I don't think we do. No. Well, thank you. Thank you, Fitz. I feel like I'm a little not energetic. I am so tired tonight.
It has been a rough work week.
I am so tired tonight. I feel like I'm just not energetic at all, but do appreciate that. And he says, Charles better effing win this for wrecking me out. Well, it's sad
Yeah.
that sad you got wrecked out, Fitz, but it's good to have you watching.
I ain't even going to say who's firing off on this restart. I think you guys should know by now. As the pace car going to bring our field through 3 and 4, they're going to bring us back to some green flag racing. Hopefully we can have a good little green flag run here, Chris, get some strategy mixed in, and overall just see some good fun racing. As the pace car will turn left here in just a moment, go down pit road. And it will be up to Nick Cannon to hit that stripe and bring the field back to green flag racing. Is Chris right behind him, though? Ken Baum Jr., back-to-back champion, two-time Cup Series champion here in Full Throttle. You got to think that, too, wants to win here. He hasn't had much success these past couple weeks.
Yeah, not really things working out the way it wants, but it looks like Kevin Click is starting to figure out this this jump cycle here from that 7 and Nick Cannon. A really good jump on that outside lane. Kim Baum didn't fire off as good as his teammate, but going into turn 1, let's see if that 2 has anything to say down here on the inside lane. It looks like he's got a massive run. We'll have to see if it stagnates out. There's Michael Zuber on that inside lane. Whoa, is Kevin Click around?
He's still wrecking. He's still wrecking. Big wreck coming. Big wreck coming.
Looks like the 76 of Gurek. Oh, Chris Land.
Chris Lynn just sees one of his teammates wrecking and is like, yep, time to join the fun.
I want to say the 12 of Jimmy Barr also involved in that.
When the turn 2 terribles get caught in a wreck, man, or get wrecked or whatever it may be, they do like to do it in fashion.
We just need to stop talking good about drivers. Anytime we say something.
The 7 did pop it. I don't know, maybe Kevin closed that door a little. I don't know. Dang, Charles Gurek took a big shot.
Honestly, if you're that 12, you're thinking he's going to slide more up the track. I like him holding his line there, but the 12 just didn't go where he where the wreck wasn't, or where he thought it was going to go. It looks like Charles Gurek down pit lane.
Sometimes you commit and you're right. Sometimes you commit and you're wrong. He tried. And like you said, Chris, you think right there when you see loose, the car's either going to go down with the spin instantly, they're going to carry up the hill with the delayed, really long drift spin kind of. So I understand what you're saying, but it was just one of those snap spins and it happened so fast. What is a man supposed to do when it happens that quick in front of him?
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing you can do. You just got to hold on to the wheel and keep it in place. He didn't do anything. Like I said, you don't see him getting all over the place trying to figure out where he's going. He held it where he thought the wreck was going to wash up to the wall. It didn't. I'm seeing Ryan Soares say the new build is catching out everyone.
Yeah, they didn't update their cheat software fast enough. So now none of them have any grip packs or anything, you know? They're all spinning. We've just exposed our whole league as iRacing cheaters for this update. There's going to be a YouTube video about this one day. Completely joking, by the way. Don't take me serious. Some guy out there is calling like the iRacing police right now, you know?
Yeah, as we're seeing a lot of sliding. I do know, though, Michigan does have a weird. It's hard to. When I say pocket, it's hard to explain that pocket. But unless you've driven on a track like this, you can't really understand it. You're in between the spot where it's loose and it's tight. You're trying to figure that really good spot to straddle in the middle of the corner, but sometimes the car just doesn't like being in that corner. Sometimes you have like air, like the spot of the corner, you have air from other drivers behind you, pulling it off the rear end. You don't really know what's going on. And the next thing you know, that thing's coming around you and you're like, what in the world's going on? And that's what it is. It's just the car gets out from under you. It doesn't like what it feels. Oh, But we've got Ken Baum on this outside lane now. Let's see if he can have anything to say to this 7. We see Kip easily moved himself up 9 position into that 4th spot. William Brown, who jumped to pits early on up in that 6th spot. The green flag is out. Ken Baum getting off to an okay start. Nick Cannon, though, jumping out into the lead. Zuber looks like he got a really good jump.
Again, Baum's loose.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Little loose from that 2 machine. Still loose.
Gonna back off. That's gonna give him a big run to the middle of the corner.
Looks like he's going to back out of the straightaway. All right, now Michael Zuber giving all these drivers up here in the front a run for their money. Ooh, the 22 there, excuse me, Andrew May. Looks like he was getting a little tight there on the inside lane. Kip easily, though, pulling his way up to the back bumper of that 2 machine. Looks like Ken Baum's trying to make a move on the outside lane, Josh.
He is indeed, Chris, and he is getting a run. We'll see if he can make it stick here through 3 and 4. He's gone. Oh, he's in the wall. If he doesn't get in the wall there, he clears him on the straightaway.
Right now, your closest battle for position is that 96 and that 2 of Ken Baum. Looks like having a little bit of issue now, William Brown. Sorry, I was reading the YouTube chat, was not paying attention. William Brown looks like he's moved himself up into that 3rd spot. Ken Baum just not able to find the pace that he's looking for. As we'll go back here and watch. Looks like on that outside lane, yeah, you see it right there, right before. Oh, sideways, sideways. He did save it, though. That's going to allow that 8 and 9 to pull around that 2. But we're going to go back up on board. It looks like William Brown now under attack from that Ken Baum machine. Ken Baum, so pretty much said, all right, I'll take that position back. Buddy gets up into the wall a little bit.
William Brown fighting back here down the front straightaway. Doesn't actually have the speed to pull out and go too wide here. So he's going to have to back off a little bit on entry and really get a good run here down the back straightaway if he wants a chance to pass this Michael Zuber machine.
Here at lap 72, Michael Zuber showing you that he deserves to be up here in the front. Ken Baum trying to get around that 96 machine, but 96 just making that car just a little bit wider than it needs to be. And we see William Brown up 20 positions. Behind him is that 8 of Kip Easley up 8 positions in 5th. Jeremy Zarfos in 6th. Josh Susi, Josh, look at that. Worked his way up through the field. Now in that 7th position after that second caution that came out. He's now up in 7th, so we could see him up here battling for the lead within the next 20 laps.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that Susi's machine's going to manage here. He's doing a good job to recover from that early spin off with the 96 earlier. Not sure how we were seeing it, but it was indeed an accident either way, and He does seem to have repaired his car a good bit, Chris. Rolling here in that 7th position.
Yeah, Josh, I'm looking in the YouTube chat as I see Ryan Sword saying, I know we're a bunch of hacks, but we're honest hacks. So he said, instead of saying, you were saying the hacks, like, oh yeah, nobody can use their hacks for the racing. He's like, no, but we're just a bunch of hacks anyway. And I see him say, I was just fine. Charles just didn't listen to his spotter. And then he said, those are bold words coming from you, Fitz. That button was pressed like 3 times.
Get called out.
Because right now, Josh Susie putting Jeremy Zarfos under attack.
Up into 6.
Just cycling through
Surprised.
the field.
Some of these cars are still in the race.
Yeah, like especially that 3 of Lucas Nilge's after we saw him decimate the water barrels. So luckily we have him in the race, but Chad Engel, Charles Garrick, Jaden Bingaman, Chris Lynn, Caitlin Height, Matthew Fitz, George Wood, Dakota Kuhn, and Joshua Gaiman all out of the race right now. So 10 drivers. No, 8 drivers, excuse me, out of the race. I take that back. Chris Lynn coming on his way out of pit lane. Or excuse me, it says he's on his way out, but might have put it in gear. It started to roll forward. We'll go back up here on board. Ken Baum. Looks like he might be getting ready to put that 96 under attack.
To a Ken Baum Jr. looking to attack here this 96 of Michael Zuver. And they're starting to pull up to Nick Cannon here, so it's going to be a 3-way battle here for this lead. Coming to lap 79 this next time by. They are at lap 78.
Yeah, it looks like Nick Cannon is starting to lose a little bit of the pace. I don't want to say lose a little bit of the pace, but it does look like that he's not able to put the gap between him and that 96 of Michael Zuver now. Ken Baum is trying to push that pressure on 96, though. We know Zuver is one of those drivers that once he's been getting up in the front here these last couple of weeks, he's been showing that he deserves to be up here. So I'm expecting a Ryan Newman-esque defense here from that 96 of Michael Zuver. Oh, we actually got a caution out.
Zarfos. Whoa.
Looks like Lucas Nilge, Shane Weldon going off track. We'll see if we can rewind it and see what happened here with that 29.
Maybe Tyler Rush, like he jumped to the pits.
No, is that? That was the 81 of Josh Susie.
Oh, Susie got loose.
Kip nowhere to go. As we're right on board here with that 8 of Kip Easley. To get into the corner, the 81 got loose right there. He starts to go around. There's nowhere for the 8 to go at that point. And then you see '29 of Zarfos, just unfortunate for him. Down pit lane is everyone. So we'll see if we can make up some time here on these pit stops. Oh, as we see Cannon already getting on the brakes. Oh, looks like Nick Cannon on his way out. Ken Baum on his way out. So it doesn't look like any positions has changed, but whoa, that 56 of Dean Clavitt up 18 positions. So all he did was bring out a caution early on. No damage to that car so far. So moved himself up 18 positions on this pit stop. That's a good stop there from that 56. And then William Brown also moved himself up a couple of spots there on that pit stop as well. David Smill up into that 6th spot, who was riding around pretty much in the back all night tonight. Kip Easley, who sent around, or excuse me, not sent around, but I guess you could say helped send around the 81. He had sent himself around, but just gave him a bump. It's good to see him still up here in that 7th spot. Kevin Gibney Jr. up into that 8th position. Kyler McCarthy moved himself up quite a few positions into that 9th spot. Stephen Overstat going to round out your top 10. Bill Hell's one of those drivers that likes to take a EOL, drop all the way to the back, moved himself up into that 12th spot. I want to say Kyler McCarthy, yeah, I did see him drive down pit lane. So we'll see how long he's down there. Maybe just taking a little bit of fuel and go. Not real sure, but we'll have to keep an eye on him for just a second. Does look like a fuel and go. Strategy move here from the 24. He's seeing a lot of these drivers pitting for gas, so maybe this big strategy play here from that 24. But the pace lights are out. Nick Cannon bringing the field to the green here at lap 82. So we've only got 39 laps left to go before we wrap this one up. Let's see if Nick Cannon can hang on to this lead, or if Michael Zuber has anything to say. Good jump there from that 7 of Nick Cannon. The 2 of Ken Baum, though, on that inside of that 96. We'll have to see if he can make it stick, though. And not do what Josh Susie did, get down into that that area of the track that you don't want to be in.
Yes. I'm sorry. Bryson randomly called me.
Right now we're riding on board here with that 96 of Michael Zuber. Got a little bit of separation between him and that 7 of Nick Cannon. William Brown, though, starting to poke his nose up here into this top 3. Thought he was going to make a move there on Ken Baum for a second.
Team Sparkle Unicorn number 9 of William Brown. Gonna fly, Prestige Worldwide. Why does it say it still says he's on Team Sparkle Unicorn for me, Chris?
It says Prestige for me.
Dang, and I even used your up. No, I used it. Never mind. I went to the old one. I forgot because I couldn't get the updated one to work. My fault. That's why it says that. I'm using an old version. The Prestige Worldwide. I knew as soon as I said Team Sparkle Unicorn, I was like, that's not right. But we're going to go back here and look at this pack, Chris. Look at that Dean Clavitt. You got the 27 of David Smill. Kip Easley. It's a nice little pack of racing right here with the 31 of Kevin Gibney. Stephen Oberstadt, who had our first caution of the night off of a self-spin. Wasn't it Oberstadt?
No.
Or was it Gaiman? And then he was our
Yeah,
second
it was
caution.
Joshua Gaiman. Yeah. They're having to see it. Looks like Ken Baum is trying to make a move on that outside. Oh, Zuber had to get out of the gas there. So a pass for that second place. Ken Baum now going to take over from Michael Zuber. Zuber going to have to reattack this situation to see if he can get that position back. But William Brown still hanging on to that fourth spot. Not wanting to give it up so easily. Whoa!
I'm not laughing at. Robbie didn't even get spun, dude, and he was already mad.
As I see Shane Weldon around as well.
Ooh, Kevin with a big run, dude.
Oh. Yeah, so what it looks like is Kevin had a really massive run. Robbie blocked it. When Robbie blocked it, Kevin kept going. He's right on board here with that 25. See it from his point of view. He's got a run there. Tries to go to the outside. 28 was just there, and the car just gets loose from underneath him.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I didn't expect Kevin Click's car to get loose like that. I mean, that's so weird to get loose right there. I feel like that's the same exact move I would make.
Yeah. Not sure what happened.
What's your over/under on remaining cautions, Chris?
I'd say we've got at least 3 more. Maybe 2.
You just spoke it into 7. I want you to know that.
Yep.
You should have said like 12. Then we'd have went green the rest of the way.
Yeah, but
You just
that's no
messed up.
fun.
Yeah, it is. I bet you a lot of these guys want to get some green flag racing under their belt.
Well, yeah.
But also, it's helping the people that have moved up front and haven't had to really worry about using their equipment too much the rest of the race. But we've had some really fast race cars, Chris, no matter what team here tonight. It seems like everyone's brought their package here. Done a really good job tuning these race cars up because it seems like every team, like we said, just really on cue here tonight.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of the nitro guys moving their way up through the field now. It was a lot of turn 2 terribles up in the front. Now the nitro guys are moving themselves up through the field. So that's an interesting shift in dynamic. So here on this outside lane, Ken Baum is going to be trying to battle for position with the 7 of Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon has pretty much just assumed the lead of this race and has not looked back. One of the things about Michigan, though, is it's one of those tracks that you don't get to pass a lot, and the only reason that you're getting to pass is because you're doing just a little bit better than the person in front of you.
Got to find the speed here to track
Yeah.
like Michigan, Chris. As the pace car is going to turn left, Nick Cannon, as we will say again, just you know what he's about to do. Green, green,
Whoa.
green.
Not a good jump there for that 7. It looks like Ken Baum might have got off to a good jump as well. Looks like might have a car blown up. Wondered if that's the 32 of Chris Lynn that is smoking in pit lane. But here at lap 91, Nick Cannon still out to the lead. You got Michael Zuver still on that back bumper. Was able to get around Ken Baum and take over that second place position. Whoa, Ken Baum got a little loose back there.
I think everyone's gotten looser tonight.
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah, everybody is getting loose here tonight.
William Brown's still on the spirited run here, though.
Yep.
Whoa, we got a big race going here. Ken Baum Jr. to the inside of the 96 of Michael Zuver. They were both wobbling around there.
Yeah, as a pass for that second place. Doesn't look like he's clear.
Not clear, not clear. He's going to still be stuck here racing this 96, and 96 going to get around with that 7 pull. So, unfortunate there for the 2 of Ken Baum Jr.'s. He's got now William Brown to the inside, who's going to push him off into turn 1 and 2.
Looks like Charles Garrick jumped to pits. Yeah, it looks like 76 went ahead and decided to pull it to the hauler. Let's see where he just entered pit lane and jumped to the pits. Have to keep an eye out on that 76. Yeah, it does look like he has. Does look like he has called it. So right now, does anybody have anything to say for Nick Cannon? I mean, Josh Susie is starting to slowly creep back up into the picture. I've been watching his lap times here the last couple of laps, and he is slowly creeping his way back up into the picture. See David Smill on the inside there. Excuse me, Kip Easley on the inside there of David Smill. Looks like that 8 might make a pass here. Go ahead and pull it up into that 5th spot. Is that 8 of Kip Easley? But like we were saying, Josh Susie, he's looking up there. He's getting closer.
Still has a good-looking race car here, Chris, for the early incident that he had of getting loose himself. Or no, excuse me, him and Michael Zuber made contact, and he got into that outside wall. That's what happened to him. And, yeah, it's one of those things. He's recovered here tonight very well up into 6th place. And who knows, Chris, he might have the car to go up here and possibly re-lead this race. But if he's going to do it, he's going to have to do it quick. We're under 25 to go. Or no, we're not. Yeah, we are.
25 laps to go.
Man, my math cannot math ever. I know I'm right. I say it, and then I second-guess my math every time. Start counting with fingers.
Yeah, so now, Josh, we only have 19 cars on the lead lap. Or, excuse me, on the racetrack. Lucas Nilges is 5 laps down. Kevin Click is also 1 lap down. So Tua Ken Baum is not letting that 7 and Nick Cannon get away from him. We'll see if he has anything to say here within these last 10 to 15 laps. Probably just trying to fill out that 7, see how he's running, see what line he's running, so that way he can figure out a way to formulate an attack in his head. And that way we can finally get up to that 7. Maybe make him make a mental mistake and he can get around him. Well, we're also seeing Michael Zuver still holding on to that 3rd spot. Not wanting to give it up so easily. But William Brown in that number 9 machine behind him, who's up 20 positions. No, he wants to get at least 1 more position, get on that podium.
Nick Cannon still got Ken Baum Jr. behind him, who looks like he is starting to... Excuse me. Had a little tickle in my throat there, as it looks like he's starting to make progress a little bit to get up here to Nick Cannon, Chris. But Nick Cannon has just had a great race car here tonight at Michigan. Seems like even here at lap 100, Chris, with 20 to go this next time by, he might be the car to possibly beat, but it looks like Ken Baum is starting to maybe find that structure to do it. It just has to be done. And it looks like Ken is going to go to the inside here, Chris. But it's not going to stick. And now Zuber's to his outside, so he might have just messed himself up there. Because these guys are not going to be racing too wide. This is going to allow Nick Cannon to pull out about 4 tenths in front of him here. I'd say about 3 tenths maybe on the backstretch, depending on how hard they race. Never mind. I thought they were going to come off the turn a little bit tighter. So still, a 10th off. My math is definitely not math in there with that split. But Zuber going to go to that 3rd lane and then pull it down here to this bottom lane. As you'll see now, they all have a split. Zuber's turn now to go up here and try to get past Nick Cannon.
Yeah, this is something you're liking to see if you're Nick Cannon or any of these drivers, really being able to keep everybody behind you, all while hanging on to the race car. Just goes to show you, man, Nick Cannon can really, really shine. You give him the opportunity to, and not get him caught up in the mess.
Great job here tonight. William Brown's doing a good job here, moving his way up the field. Kip Easley, another driver, doing really good here tonight. Stephen Overstott with the self-spin earlier that brought out the caution. He's worked his way back up into 7th, but he had no damage from that. Just a little bit of a damaged ego. 72 at Tyler Rush, I think, has spun into pit road twice. He's back up into 8th position, so a good run from him. David Smill doesn't seem like he's had the greatest of luck here tonight. He's fallen back here in a night. And then Kyle McCarthy, who's went around here, he's in 10th place again. So a lot of drivers that have been involved in mess here, they're still rolling here and still going. So it's these race cars that are holding up. But, man, big run here from Zuver. And that's going to be clear, Chris. New leader, Michael Zuver.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that 7's tires are
here
just
he
starting
comes
to show
to the inside.
its ugly head. Wonder if
Oh,
that
good run here from the 7. And the 2's going to go with him.
maybe had a little bit of a mental mistake here for the 7. Well, just see if Nick Cannon can wrangle it back underneath him.
Nick Cannon should get this pass cleared.
I don't
They're in a
know.
drag race down the backstretch. He should clear him going off into 3 and 4. No, never mind. Going to fall back in. So Michael Zuver's going to hold on to the lead here now, Chris, with 15 to go. This time by, we're going to see. Whoa, man. Oh, my goodness.
Loose.
Thought that 7 was about to wreck the 96.
Oh, caution's out.
Brady Green now making it 2 times down pit road, right? Him and Tyler. Wait, was it Tyler Rush that spun down twice, or was it Brady Green that had spun down twice?
I think it's
already?
Brady Green that spun down.
So now he's spun down 3 times?
I think so.
Sorry if I called you out, Tyler Rush. I know you spun down pit road once. That's way better than spinning down twice. Did he lose a front left wheel? I didn't see a front left wheel on his car. Okay, maybe I saw the... It might have been the shadow. That's what I saw. I think it was the shadow from the camera angle. Oh, yeah, he has a wheel back. Bunk into the water barrels.
Prestige worldwide. Wide.
We put liquid glue on a B. It died. Investors, possibly you. It was Johnny Hopkins and Sloan Kettling.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh, Zuber stayed out. Oh, whoa!
Uh-oh.
Here comes the money. They might have just messed up. Oh, I hate to say that. They might have just screwed up big time.
Yeah.
Oh, don't warm your tires up now, William Brown.
He's just toasting
That's all.
them marshmallows.
These aren't super old tires that they're on, right?
Lap 79. So they came down at lap 80, so 25 lap tires.
I think they're thinking for this restart here, Chris. I think they're thinking they think they're going to go up here and take this race without even having to think about pitting. You know what I'm thinking?
I don't know. We'll have to see. It looks like everybody behind them, Josh Susie, Steven Oberstadt, Ken Baum, Kip Easley, Tyler Rush, Kyler McCarthy, Jeremy Zarfos, David Smill, Kevin Gibney, Bill Hells, Dean Clavitt all come down pit lane this time, took tires and fuel. So I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how this plays out.
It's going to be a fun one.
Pace lights are out. So we'll have to see if this strategy works out for them. I don't know, though.
Is Full Throttle going to add the cheater fee in? or the pay for no caution fee in, where I slow fits $20, and I can command when I do and don't get cautions. You know what I mean? So I can throw the competition cautions. I'm thinking if we add some Weber Valley style rules here, Chris, we might be onto something.
Yeah, I
Maybe a
mean,
triangle scheme or a pyramid scheme, but we're onto something.
I mean, uh, they have been very successful.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine like you just get your lap back for free if you pay $50. Mid race, you got to pay pallet to fits, or you ain't getting it.
Yep.
$12 to me and you as well, just because we got to announce that they're paying the fee. So, yeah, I'm liking this. I know the drivers aren't going to like it, but heck, that's their fault for not paying the not liking it fee and not having to worry about it fee. So, you know what? We're going to bring them back to the green flag here. And Chris not worrying about it. All I think they're worrying about in that 9-7 and 96 right there is what in the heck are they going to do? Because it's going to be Michael Zuber, and he is kind of in a little bit of a sticky situation here. Green driver. Look at Josh Susie firing off on those 4 fresh tires, Chris.
Yeah, we're having to see, though, if he has anything to say here. Zuber's still out in the lead. That 7 and that 9, but look at the speed difference right there on that outside lane already. Whoa, William Brown sideways a little bit. Got that 81 of Ken Baum. Excuse me, the 81 of Josh Susie, the 2 of Ken Baum in tow behind him. 7.
Oh, they're wrecking behind. They're wrecking. 8 of Kip easily. No. Oh, my boy Kip might be good. I say that, and then we're going to look at the right side, and it's going to literally not exist.
Looks like the 24, Colin McCarthy just drove it in there a little hot.
Colin
Not
Rush
too much
once
damage.
again taking a little bit of a hit. Not too much damage. We haven't even seen the right side, dude. I could have very well bent a what's the word I'm looking for, Chris? Tie rod? Do these cars use tie rods now? I don't know how any. I know they used to be like toe links and all this whatever nonsense. Whatever nonsense of stock car racing that.
I can't remember.
The canoodler valve, the doohickey. That thing over there, you know, they all do something, right? So it's like.
Yeah, as we see Kip Easley, though, just that unfortunate bystander in that 24 Kyler McCarthy just drove it in there a little hotter than he should have, but you know, hey, that's racing. Andrew May, Kip Easley, Shane Weldon, Lucas Nilge's all down pit lane this time by.
Wondering, oh, this is going to be one of those for Josh Susie that's going to be, he's going to have to make this move here right at the start, or those tires will even out a little bit. I would like to believe that Nick Cannon and them's tires are not as bad off as we're thinking they are, but we know Susie's going to have that really fast speed here early and for a good few laps, but you know, man, it's still tough. It's still a tough task to ask here when you got only a few handful of laps left, so wondering now though if Josh Susie can do it. I mean, he's made the moves, he's done the pit strategies, he's gotten himself in position. He's got Michael Zuver and Nick Cannon like deer in headlights. They've just got to figure out which way he's going to go, Chris. Or he's got to figure out which way he's going to go. Does he hit the one on the right, hit the one on the left, or does he shoot the gap in the middle and does he go for this pass here on the start, or does he play his cards a little here early? I mean, it's a lap 113 out of 120, Chris, and I like to believe we're going to see that caution, and we might get one more natural green-white checkered, and then we would get an overtime if we get one here within the next lap or two. So overall, I'm thinking this is about to be a very exciting finish. I think Josh Susie might be in prime position here in that 81 machine, Chris.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Josh. I'm thinking that 81 is in prime real estate right now, but we can't count out that 2 of Ken Baum. He's also back there hungry wanting this win.
All right, Chris, well, here we go.
Seven laps to go this time by. Green, green, green. Let's see. William Brown getting right up there behind that 81. Zuber's having a little bit of issues on that top lane. Oh, no.
Oh my gosh, Nick Cannon made it through. They're not throwing the caution now. The caution. That is, oh no.
That is a massive wreck.
Chris, you just click the camera back and the whole field is there.
Yeah.
Nick Cannon and Josh Susie are the only people. Did William Brown make it through? Yeah, William Brown made it through. Oh my goodness, dude. And I think, no, that's not a lot of damage there for William Brown, but hell my God, dude. That was just chaos. You got to go back to like the 3 of Lucas Nilges and watch that unfold.
As you can see right there, the 96 is just all kinds of loose. We're riding on board here with the 24. See, he gets loose there. You're seeing that 7 dive all the way down there. 7 did take a little bit of contact. But right there, just wrong place, wrong time for the 2. Oh, so unfortunate. See, he's going to come down and collect the 20. Oh, this is the 15. And Steven Oberstadt's going to collect the 24. And you see just everybody getting collected in that. As we're right on board here with Michael Zuber and watch it from his point of view. So he's just loose, 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 cars loose, and then after that, there's really nothing you can do. Oh. A lot of wrecked race cars here.
Yeah, Chris, it's a graveyard. A graveyard. I did not expect that many cars to get caught up in that. But you got to think Josh Susie's thinking, hey, well, good thing I passed him.
Yeah. Good thing he worked himself up through the field and got away from all the mess.
Yeah, I saw the same thing, and the cameras were freaking out for me.
But with 4 laps to go, does Josh Susie have what it takes to hang on to this lead? Nick Cannon is right there behind him, but you would think with 32 lap different tires, this is where it's gonna really have to work in that 7's favor, 7 and 9's favor.
Chris, I think Josh Susie has probably brought himself back into this, and it's probably one of his better, attempts at it with, as many times as he's been so close to having these wild comebacks. And I mean, he's come back from some big things before, but this one's got to be a really good one here. I mean, he was all the way down in dead last. He's worked his way back up. He's clawed his way back. I mean, he's going to get a natural, not green white checkered, but he's going to get a green white checkered. And we're going to see if Nick Cannon, Chris, in that 7 has anything left. Oh, and he fired off kind of decent, but that 9 is giving that 81 a big shot here going down in, and he's going to go fake 3 wide to get Susie to move up. We're going to see what's going to happen here, Chris. The 7 of Nick Cannon already looks like he's losing a little bit of speed there. And speaking of coming back, Chris, Dean Clavitt, man, he's done a good job.
Yeah, I was just getting that.
Oh, look at Nick Cannon to the inside.
Oh, the 7 getting tight. Two laps to go.
Oh, man.
Oh, the 56 having to get out of the gas down there on that bottom lane. It's going to open up the door for David Smill to get around him, but whoa.
Did I just see somebody wrecking?
Looked like there was a lot of blocking going on back there.
I think it's Dean Clavitt.
White flag is out. This race is official.
Man, you got to think Nick Cannon's heartbroken right now. Absolutely awesome race from him. But unless something happens to Susie here off turn 4, man, those fresh tires is what sealed the deal back at lap. What was it, 95, 97 when they came down? Or 107? I thought it was 107. It's just the cautions came out so late, or much that I forgot. But it's going to be checkered flag, Chris. Josh Susie on the comeback after the early wreck, hitting the outside wall in the backstretch. He is going to reclaim another victory here at Michigan. Good job to that 81 machine. But, Chris, you got to feel for that 7, man. Oh, what a heartbreaker for Nick Cannon. Not even going to give the congratulatory bump. He's just going back to pit road, man. That 7 is over it. Hate it for Nick Cannon, man.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get to talk to that 56 up here in the booth for a minute. Like we said, just got down on that inside lane and the car got loose on him. Probably had to get out of it.
And you're going to see that 81 Hello Kitty Nitro machine of Josh Susie burn it down, Chris. A well-deserved win from him, really. I mean, it was one of those races that, you hate it for Nick Cannon. I mean, you really do. I mean, he had such a good freaking race, had a really good race car, pretty much led virtually this whole stinking race. And right there at lap 107, when everybody came down for the caution, Michael Zuber, Nick Cannon, William Brown stayed out. And ultimately, Chris, that one decision at lap 107 is what's going to cost him 107 laps worth of success here tonight. So, yeah, hate it for Nick Cannon, but you got to say congratulations to Josh Susie. I mean, he had the contact with Michael Zuver earlier, went and smacked that outside wall down the back straightaway, came and got some damage fixed, got the car going again, and he's going to pick up, what is this, victory number 4 of the season for him?
Think so.
Let's see, I know he won, what, Dega, Kansas, and Nashville, right? So, yeah, I want to say this is his 4th win of the season. I know we've had a lot of Joshes on the winner board this year. Not me. I'm the only Josh that won't see victory lane this season in Full Throttle. I only see victory lane when I'm down there interviewing the drivers. You know what I mean? Do have our post race results up on the board. It will be Josh Susie. Ooh. Thought I heard you say you pulled him up. My bad. As the post race results are up now, it will be Josh Susie that takes home first place back into the grass. Nick Cannon in second after, man, what a great drive from him. Hate it for him again. We'll see William Brown with his excellent drive here tonight. He started 24th. I think he would be happy with that 3rd place overall in general. Then we got David Smill Jr. in 4th. Dean Clevitt in his debut. He's going to start or go up 17 plus positions to finish in 5th after some wrecks, after some little bit of hiccups. Good job and good debut from him. Even though with the early hiccups, he's going to bring it back. We see Jeremy Zarfos finish where he started in 6th. Andrew Mace finished in 7th here tonight with Kip Easley 8th. Ken Baum 9th. Kevin Gibney Jr. 10th. Brody Green 11th. Jimmy Barr 12th. Shane Weldon 13th, Kevin Click 14th, Kyle McCarthy 15th, Stephen Everstat 16th, Lucas Nodu 17th, Michael Zuber 18th, Bill Hells 19th, Tyler Rush 20th, Robbie Bice finished 21st, Charles Garrett 22nd, Chad Engel 23rd, Jaden Mingham 24th, Chris Lynn 25th, Caitlin Height 26th, Matthew Fitz 27th, George Wood 28th, Dakota Kuhn 29th, and Joshua Gaiman going to finish in that final position in that 30th spot. We are going to go ahead and bring up Josh Susie, who's waiting for us in victory lane. Josh Susie, Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Oh, how about that, boys?
Man, that's what I'm saying. You can hear it. Let's say you can hear the energy coming from the 81. Obviously, Josh, I mean, we saw it early in the race. Clearly, we had the mix up there with that Michael Zuber 96 machine. I want to say coming off turn 2 into the backstretch wall. Clearly, you had the accident. You were able to go down pit road, man. Get that thing fixed back up. Whatever that Susie magic was, and then there at the end, you go down, you take tires, they don't. I'm sure that was one of those, your heart dropped, you're like, oh yeah, it's happening now. Susie, hell of a drive, man. You come back from the back of the field. Take us through that, dude. And congratulations on being in victory lane here tonight at Michigan.
Yeah, what an up and down race. I spent about 2 hours last night working on the set, off the nitro baseline, and the way they are nowadays is just with this update, everything you can't bottom out at all. So I finally got that all figured out, and I had to work on the rear end to take some temp out of the tires, and I kept the traditional like nitro rotation, good long run approach, but it didn't work whether it's this track or now how the tires are or the combo of like the draft and everything. It's just you get that right rear hot, as I'm sure you saw when I fell back from like the lead. Um, yeah, you got to be on the tighter side, and man, I spent the whole race just like throwing adjustments at it. And every time I pit, I think I end up with like negative eighth of an inch on my left rear and positive like 1 click over eighth of an inch, which is like a huge adjustment in these cars just to really tighten this thing up. And yeah, what a learning curve for sure. I thought we were really good on speed. practice looked good, and I saw these guys ripping off a little quicker times, but I was like, oh man, they're gonna be tight. They're gonna fall off, but where they were tight, they weren't killing the right rear, and they were able to keep that track position at the front, really manipulate the air. So it was a giant learning curve throughout this whole race. Had that loose moment, fell back, made some adjustments. I was charging back to the front, went to go around Kip. He raced me a little hard into three, which is no big deal, but that took all my side force away. I cleared him, and then I went up to go in front of him out of four, and I crossed the cement at the same time he took all the air off my ass, and that's when I got way loose, and I had to stab the brakes. He had nowhere to go, run me over. Thankfully, it was only 6 seconds of damage, but now here I am again at the back of the field. All right, let's throw some more changes at it. And honestly, that first restart we had before I was able to get the lead, I thought I was cooked when we had that quick yellow because I showed my hand a little bit trying to run the top. I thought that was going to be how I was going to have to get around the guys that stayed out. And I knew I was restarting on the bottom, but I just kept it matted, and whatever happened, happened. I was able to get pretty much clear, and I don't know if Zuber crossed the seam or got an arrow wake off me, but he lost his car, and then I just had to get a good restart and keep the hammer down, and I was able to do that. But I feel for Brown and Cannon and Zuber and everyone else that was up front the whole race. I know how that goes, man. You're dominating, and then you lose it at the end. It sucks. So I feel for them, but we were never out of it all night. We just had to adjust it quite a bit to get it where it needed to be, and we'll keep this in the memory banks, and we'll see how Pocono goes, where nobody really had a set for tonight. It was just either work off the baseline or take an old set and make it work. So this was definitely magic 8 ball type night, and thankfully it came up to all signs go when it came to this 81 Nitro machine.
Heck yeah, man. The 81 Nitro machine for sure was on the dot tonight. I mean, obviously, with the early accident, surprise, it was only 6 seconds of damage, to be quite fair with you. But, you were able to come back through the field, man, have an excellent run. I mean, Josh, got to say it, for your fourth win of the season, it was probably one of the best wins we've seen this season with the drive and the comeback. It was a fun one to watch. And when we saw you creeping back up, we were like, oh gosh, here he comes. We know what's about to happen. And then when you pitted, they didn't pit. We're like, here it is. Susie has made his way back into it. But Josh, again, man, congratulations. And if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything before we let you get out of here, you're more than welcome to throw them out. And we'll let you get on your way and celebrate this epic comeback victory right here tonight at Michigan.
Yes, sir. As always, shout out Nitro Setups. I know they were only maybe about 40% of the work on this setup tonight, and I had to do way more than I normally do. But I used that baseline and put a lot of work into it, so it's really validating to be able to pull this off and have a good run. I know the beginning part of the race, the whole team was kind of down a little bit because we didn't have that speed, and it was just missing that balance, and then we didn't have the track position. So everyone fought really hard. I'm proud of all the guys. Smeal and Dean getting the top 5. Shout out Dean, finally getting his head out of his ass and putting his application in to come race with us after we've been badgering him for 2 months. So top 5 in your first race, good shout out. Kevin getting that top 10, great job, buddy. I know you needed it. And look at old Brody in 11th place, man. He just does his own thing, doesn't cause any troubles, misses a shit, and here he is in 11th place. So awesome job, Brody. Thanks for everyone that showed up too. I mean, we were all throwing a major curveball, and for the most part, no one really got frustrated with the iRacing changes. It was just kind of some racing incidents, but everyone's trying to learn how the draft works in the corners now, and when you offset and or someone swipes in front of you or behind you, what it changes. And we had a lot more yellows than we normally have, but I think on tonight it's acceptable with the major curveball we were given by iRacing. We did the best we could, and I want to shout you guys out as always, putting on a great broadcast. I'm sure tonight was thoroughly entertaining. You are also trying to figure out what the hell was going on with these cars in this package. So I hope we put on a great show, and we'll enjoy the off week next week and put our heads down and try to do it again at Pocono.
Heck yeah. Well, again, thank you for having a word with us, Susie. Thank you for taking a little bit of your time here to, again, have a word with us. But again, congratulations, man. And hopefully, like you said, you'll enjoy your off week, and we'll be seeing you guys fired up and ready to go again in about 2 weeks.
Thank you, boys.
All right. Later, man. Have a good night. You see him as soon as he does the interview, Chris, right back to burning it down. So we're going to go ahead and bring up Nick Cannon, have a word with him. Nick Cannon, Chris, and Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Man, Nick, we knew this was gonna. I knew this was gonna be depressing. Maybe not Chris, but man, I gotta say, what an excellent run though up to that point. Nick, you had such a good car here tonight, and it just seemed like everybody was pretty much done for until right there at lap 107. What makes the decision to not come down pit road there?
Well, we had a good car all night. Even on the long runs, we were pulling away. It could grip up everything. It was fantastic. Just we thought we could keep up, which we kind of did. It just the the fresh tires started way too close to us on that last restart, so we couldn't capitalize on them being back further.
Yeah, but it seemed like you guys overall, man, had just such a great car. It seemed like it was one of those nights that you and William were going to have a 1-2 finish here. But I mean, second and third, I mean, we can sit and say, oh, that's great. But we know for the 7 machine and the 7 camp, that was one of those nights where you guys dominated, had an absolutely excellent night. But you just have it coming, taken away from you right there at the end. I mean, from those circumstances on the race. I mean, we know it's those things. But Nick, I mean, again, I mean, it was a great race overall.
And that's the best race I've had all season. I've had a god awful season. I think that's actually my second top 10 of the year. My first top 5. I think I finished 6th as my highest at Martinsville or Bristol, one of them. Short track, yeah. Uh, yeah, I felt good. I kind of messed with a setup yesterday after the update and had help from Zuver, Lucas, Ryan, Sword, even though he couldn't be here tonight with his internet issues. He helped out yesterday, and we came up with that. It was great for a while.
Man, you're gonna make me cry over here, Nick. Stop, dude. Stop. But nah, man. Again, I say this, lightheartedly to you. Congratulations on the night, man. I mean, it was one of those nights, that I know you probably want to forget, but at the same time, you think, man, it was such a successful night with the setup. You guys were fast. Everything was hitting. Just late race circumstances, unfortunate timings, man. That's the way it feels like with racing sometimes. But Nick, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything, man, you're more than welcome to get them out there. We'll let you get on your way. And man, again, congratulations on the night tonight, but just it stinks.
Yeah, thanks. Love y'all's broadcast. Y'all are great. I actually rewatch them a lot throughout the week just to get different just show different times. Show all my friends at work. I got a couple people that actually watch for me. We got my team, Prestige Worldwide, Lucas, Will. We do try every week. It just stuff doesn't go our way a lot. The league, it's been great. This update actually made me really like the car again. I was not having fun. I was thinking about like actually trying to find something else with a different car. But if this is how it's going to be the rest of the year with a fun car, it's great. I want to keep doing it. So yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys.
Well, heck yeah, Nick. Again, congratulations, man, on the close win there. I mean, I know that's a kind of a rude thing sounding to say, but hey, Nick, again, hopefully we'll be talking to you here, man. And like you said, the update builds some momentum within the 7 camp, and we'll be seeing the True Speed show here and maybe some more success later on in the season. But again, Nick, thank you for taking the time out of your night, and hopefully we'll be seeing you soon, buddy.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, man. Oh man, Chris, you can hear it. He is just bummed. That sucks, man. I hate it for Nick. I feel like with William though, he's gonna be hyped up. So here we go. We'll find out. William Brown, Chris, and Josh in the booth. You got a copy?
Hell yeah, I do.
Ah, there we go. That's what we're saying. We went just from the highest or the lowest of lows to the highest of highs here, William. So I just want to say, man, congratulations on that 24th to 3rd place run here. I mean, you guys looked really great out there. I mean, we saw Nick running very strong out in front of you all night. Bless his heart. I'm gonna cry now tonight thinking of him, how sad he was in that interview. But no, we'll get back on track here and be serious. William, I mean, an excellent job, man. You guys seem to have a great setup. We know the big update came in. Everybody's talked about it. I guess really, I mean, how do you think that affected you guys here tonight? I mean, maybe does that help you guys? Does that change the way the race went? I mean, 21 places from that changing, that's a big change in the race. So, I mean, how do you feel your night goes, maybe based off that, or was it just setups, knowing what you're doing and having a good run out there?
Well, first off, I want to say I don't know what Nick did, but he did source whatever setup we used, or he did whatever we used. Nick did it. So, first off, thanks to Nick, and he had it right because on fresh tires, or even tires, everyone else, it was him in front of the entire field the whole time. So, and I felt like I was able to claw my way up a little bit. To a certain point. So I think he had a pretty good pick there. Where I don't know if he got it somewhere or he fooled around with a base iRacing set. I have no idea. I need to ask him, but good on him. But anyway, also I'll just say, speaking of Nick, yeah, he's like a sad little puppy right now. That's why I start in the back. You can't go anywhere but up from there. So I'm happy. But that being said, this update. So that's the first laps I ran. I hadn't even touched it until this race. I didn't even do practice or qualifying, so I didn't know what to expect. But I feel like the way it feels now is a little more natural to the kind of cars our team likes to drive. As far as the stock cars, it feels. I don't know how to put it quite yet. I don't want to say something that doesn't make sense the more I think about it, but it just feels a little more free. It feels like it's not gonna just completely jerk on you if you get a little loose and you do a little bit of counter steer. I don't know. It feels like it's got a little more predictability. It feels like it's got a little more freedom, but it's definitely more susceptible to aero, like bad air. Um, Probably more of the rear air that gets pushed on you. I'd say it's a lot more susceptible to that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I think it's going to lead to more. How do I put it? Less slot car racing and more multi-line racing as time goes on. And I'm just curious to see how this pans out in a mile and a half. It's like regular mile, regular cookie cutter. Curious to know how it's going to be for road courses. We'll see. It feels a lot snappier. I'll say that at low speeds.
I was about to say, it definitely seemed like everyone was, or some people were having, some troubles there late. And then there at the end, we saw the big crash. You three in the top three are like the only people that made it through. That was a crazy ending there. Y'all get through it, and then I look behind. There's 40 million cars just in a freaking graveyard, and I'm like, goodness gracious, we just lost the whole field. But hey, you overall, you guys had a great night. And like you said, start from the back. You can't get sad, right? So you're always got to be happy when you go from
Right.
24th to third. So it's good logic to live by, William. But man, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything you want to put out there before we let you go, if you want to praise the iRacing update one more time, I mean, either anything you want to do, you're more than welcome. But hey, William, again, congratulations on the good run here tonight, man. And yeah.
Yeah. See, I just want to say shout out to my teammates. Of course, they always show up, and it's always great to race with them. I wouldn't ask to be racing with any other team. So, shout out to those guys. And I just again, I'll shout out the update again. We were talking about how good the car feels, and I'll go ahead and just tell on Nick a little bit. He's never really been excited to come and race current Cup car since it ever really kind of came out, and that's how some of us have felt a lot of the time. Because there's just been something off about it, I feel like. But we race it anyway. But this update, it feels like it's just gone in the right direction for what we want in a Cup car. So a lot more excitement, I feel like, is there for us in that regard, and I'm just looking forward to racing in this league even more and seeing how the races coming up go. And again, shout out to you guys for always putting on these broadcasts. I appreciate it. They're great.
Thank you, William. Well, hey, man, again, congratulations on that great run here tonight. Hopefully, hopefully, before we don't get back here, iRacing doesn't throw another update at us and completely ruin the car again. Because I
Oh,
honestly,
dude, if this was a mistake, I'm gonna be heartbroken.
I was about to say, I've honestly hated the next gen car since they released it. It feels horrible. I hate it. I don't want to drive it. But you guys put on great shows, so I gotta watch it. But hey, overall, man,
Give it a try, man. Give it a try. You might
oh
like
yeah,
it
I'm
now.
going through now. Now that because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that happened. Now that I know that, I'm gonna have to set the rig up and try it. But hey, again, congratulations, William. Hopefully, we'll be talking to you not next week, obviously being off, but the week after that. And again, congratulations for you guys.
Yeah,
and,
we get this update. Now we got a week off after one race.
Yeah,
It's really,
I know,
oh
right?
man,
Way to
unlucky.
kick
But
the
yeah,
momentum in. Way to
right,
kick it in.
right. But yeah,
But,
thanks, guys.
again, man, yeah, thank you. Thank you for having a word with us, and hopefully we'll be seeing you there at Pocono.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Thank you, man. You notice how some people get in the booth, Chris, and they can just talk to us and like we're just their friend. I don't know. William's always that guy, dude. Every time William gets in here, he seems to drag us off the path of interview into the path of just we're literally hanging out in Discord, and we got to draw us back in. So, hey, that was a fun race, man. And I got to say, one time, big shout out to Dean Clavitt, man. I mean, that guy came in here. We don't know where he's come from. Obviously, the Nitro guys have drug him down here, as Susie said. But the 56, man, I mean, he had his first accident. I think he was one of the first cautions of the night. He was probably beating himself up there a little bit early, but hey, 17 positions to finish fifth in that 56 machine. Great run for that Chevy in his first run here in Full Throttle. But Chris, if you got any final words, you're more than you're more than ready, or more than welcome, excuse me, to go ahead and throw them out there.
Yeah, just a big shout out to everybody out there on the YouTube page that comes out and watches us every week. Sorry I sounded a little dead tonight. I am a little dead tonight. Just a little tired. But big shout out to everybody that helps run the league. Robbie, Fitz, anybody that's in the background that does, that we say every weekend. Anybody that does anything for this league, we appreciate you. But big shout out there to Josh Susie for taking home the win here after having that little bit of adversity early on. Nick Cannon, William Brown. Does suck that they didn't make it up into the, take the win. But I mean, honestly, I would look at it as a win. To be able to hold on to that lead for as long as you did, I would still count that as a win. But big shout out to everybody out again on the YouTube. Thank you for staying and watching this. But even though we got a week off next week, I can't wait to go back to the Tricky Triangle. That's always a fun track to watch. So, turn 2, tunnel turn, Pocono, that's where all the magic happens. So, can't wait to check that out.
Yeah, Tricky Triangle is going to be fun. We got 2 weeks. Like we said, we do have an off week next week because real NASCAR goes to Mexico City, the road course, and obviously I don't know. We should have that in iRacing. I don't know why we wouldn't, but I really don't know that road course layouts. But we aren't racing it, so we're going to be off. We won't be back till Pocono, but we are excited to see you at Pocono again. Congratulations to Susie. Heartbroken for Nick Cannon, and we got William Brown coming up, and he just completely changed the dynamic of one interview to one interview. That was we loved that because that was funny. I don't know why, but all right, guys, we're gonna be saying thank you one more time here from us in the booth. This has been Chris and Josh Kiwi. Sorry about the technical difficulties we had this earlier in the stream, but other than that, thank you once again from us up here in the Full Throttle booth, saying good night, and we'll be seeing you at Pocono in 2 weeks.